Good afternoon and welcome back to the 2015 USBC Women's Championships live from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. I am Aaron Smith bringing you the action from today's doubles and singles set featuring USBC Hall of Famer and defending Diamond All Events champion Lynda Barnes. There was some excitement on the lanes last night here. We actually live streamed their team event and saw them take the Diamond team lead along with two other teams moving into the Ruby and Sapphire lead. So we'll get a recap of that as we get underway here. So thanks again everyone for tuning in. We'll be here for 6 games. So get comfortable. And thanks again for joining us here on Friday. All right, early on in game one of doubles here at the National Bowling Stadium for our defending Diamond All Events champion Lynda Barnes. Last year at the Reno Sparks Convention Center, fired a 2140 All Events total, which included a perfect game to finish off her double set. To capture her 5th and 6th Women's Championships titles. Also a member of the Diamond Team Champion, which we saw yesterday on BowlTV, including Team USA's Shannon O'Keefe, 2005 Queen's Champion Tennille Milligan, and 3-time WC titleist Kendra Gaines. So we are back watching them once again. So we're going to get their whole 9 games here on BowlTV. So we want to thank everyone for tuning in. They're joined today by a few ladies out of Michigan, Michelle Barnett and Lori Emery. Lori will be stepping up on lane 21 in just a sec, and Michelle up on 22. They're actually competing in the Ruby division today. If you can see the 2 next to their names, the doubles pairings of Milligan and Barnes, along with Gaines and O'Keefe, will be competing in Diamond. We did have an exciting day yesterday. We started off with a trophy presentation for Barnes & Company. Their team, Bowlieve In A Cure, raced to the top of the standings with games of 864, 939, and 831 for a 2634 total. The previous score on top of the standings, East Coast out of Palm Harbor, Florida. They were at 2588. Milligan led the way with a 740 series. Was joined by Barnes with 677, Gaines 625, and O'Keefe a 592. So they looking to see if they can make it back-to-back years with Diamond team titles here at the Women's Championships. And also on that squad, we had new Ruby and Sapphire team leaders. So an exciting day during the 4 p.m. squad at the Women's Championships. Altitude with Attitude out of Buena Vista, Colorado, moved into the Ruby team lead with a 2176 total. The previous leader, ABT out of Taylorsville, Utah, 2152. And in the Sapphire division, Turkey Club out of Lennon, Michigan, moved to the top of the standings with an 1802 team total. Previous leaders were at 1767, so you can read all about that on bowl.com. We have the recap, and of course, we will talk to Lynda Barnes when we're all said and done here as well. We'll see if she can once again find the right look in double. 779 was her total last year, which included the final 20 strikes. Great shot by O'Keefe there. Had a few struggles yesterday during the team event, so she was actually didn't take too much time to start working on those. With Mike Jazz now, the coach at lane 81 here inside the National Bowling Stadium. There was not an 8 a.m. squad this morning, so the noon squad actually had fresh oil, so these ladies bowling on the same condition they faced last night during the team event. You can find out more about the pattern at bowl.com/women's champ. Click on the information tab and go down to where it says lane conditions. This year's pattern 40 feet at the NBS. Doesn't quite fall into the sport compliant ratio, but definitely a little bit more challenging than your typical house shot. Nice cover by Kendra Gaines. The score currently on top of the division or diamond doubles standings, 1377. Recently inducted USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson and Karen Evans got there just last week. Johnson also the all events leader right now. With 21-12. Not only is it a great Rush album, but also the score on top of Diamond All Events. Last year at the Reno Sparks Convention Center, both Gaines and O'Keefe and Milligan and Barnes had close calls in the doubles event. O'Keefe and Gaines settled into third place, 14.06. While Barnes and Milligan were not too far behind, 13.95, which included 5.58 in the final game, which tied the record for highest doubles game in women's championships history. USBC Hall of Famers Robin Romeo and Jeannie Nacarado ended up taking the title last year with 14.79. Barnes and Gaines actually captured the 1998 Classic Doubles title. And in 2004, Lynda teamed up with Carolyn Dorn Ballard to actually set the record for double series, 14.98, on their way to the title. So again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us on a Friday afternoon. The weekend is nearly here, so take it easy on the second half of your workday and join us here on BowlTV for a little bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Do our best to get you an answer as well. Now she's just showing off. What a conversion to Neil Milligan. They're asking for a slow motion replay. They can check that on the archive afterwards. Again, Milligan led the way in the team event yesterday, 740, with games of 227, 269, and 244. She also led the way in the team event last year as Bowlieve In A Cure took home the Diamond Team title, 752. So she's been pretty solid in the team event the past 2 years, and she's no surprise to most folks. Former Team USA member and star on the PWBA tour. Bounces back with a strike in the 8th. Foundation frame underway. Barnes unable to get the 7-pin out. Big thanks to Terry Bigham for checking in today and making sure I'm not getting myself into too much trouble. There's some trouble for Barnes with the single pin miss. First open for her and Milligan. in a row from O'Keefe. Looking pretty comfortable out there early on. There's a strike for Barnett to kick off the 10th. And if you're curious to the running total of 4 doubles, it's actually just above the numbers on lane 21. So for Milligan, you see the 206 to the far right, above her 381. That's the combined score for her and Barnes. So we'll be keeping track up there as we make our way through all 3 games. While we have this brief rain delay on lane 21. Take a chance to answer a question. Past champion Jackie Wyckoff joining us, and Jackie was in town last week competing here at the WC, and that was the big change from last year with the Open Championships here in 2014 to 2015. All 78 lanes here on the 4th floor were replaced, so the Women's Championships kind of getting the first crack at the new lanes and new surface. So I would think that would make everything kind of around the house play pretty similar. I've been spending a lot of time at the USBC Open Championships, so haven't gotten to watch too much bowling, but would certainly think that the new lanes would create a pretty equal playing environment across the house. Tennille showing off her dance moves as well here in the 2015 event. She'll look to finish this game off with one more. 266 out there. And takes care of business. If it is a little tough to read the scoreboard, please check your gear settings at the bottom right hand of the screen. You can bump it all the way up to 720p, which is high definition. And if you enlarge the screen as well, it's pretty easy to read. All depends on how fast your computer is working. I'm sure there's a real technical term for it, but I really don't know. Barnes getting to the pocket, just not finding the right look. 194. So that's a 460 start for Milligan and Barnes. O'Keefe and Gaines won't be too far behind here. Looks like they can get to .453 with 2 more strikes from Shannon. Good friend to BowlTV, Mark London checking in. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us from Texas. It's out of Houston at the Mike Austin Pro Shop. .25 for O'Keefe gives her and Kendra Gaines .442. Once again, 1377 the number on the top of the standings. USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson and Karen Evans rolled a 300 at the Women's Championships back in the 2012 event. They took over the top score just a few days ago. Evans and Johnson had a big middle game, 278 from Liz, 236 from Evans, 514. So Keith kicks out the 10. We just want to take this chance to thank everyone for joining us here on BowlTV. Once again, here from the 2015 USBC Women's Championships. We are behind lanes. I keep saying we, it's just me back here. I'm behind lanes 21 and 22 at the famed National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our gold partners for their continued support of USBC Championship events: Columbia 300, Hammer, Kegel, and Storm. So I was already answered in the chat, but that is correct. No 8 a.m. this squad, so the noon is on all fresh. Steve Bone joining us in the chat room, a past Eagle winner at the USBC Open Championships. Looking at the X-Bowling app, looks like Sharon is on lanes 7 and 8. It's a little tough at my angle to see her score in the opener. right, this is for Steve. Walked over there. Sharon struggled a little bit out of the gates. 120 in the opener. She started game 2 with an open before a spare and a strike in the third. You can follow along using the X-Bowling app or just going to xbowling.com. You can click on the championship tournaments and find all the folks bowling right now. Great shot from Milligan in the fourth. 266 in the opener. Once again, 740 yesterday. So we'll see if she can make a run at her teammates double or Olivan's spot in the standings. There's a 3-bagger for Barnes. She says maybe not quite yet. 677 for Lynda in team event yesterday, so pretty close to on pace with what she had in 2014. Had 678 in team, 683 in singles, and of course the big 779 during the doubles, which included the 25th perfect game in women's championships history. There hasn't been one yet at the 2015 event, so still sitting at that 25 number. Last year at the Reno Sparks Convention Center saw a record 5 300 games. The tournament hasn't seen an 800 since 2011. Only 8 bowlers in tournament history have rolled an 800 series on the championship lanes here in the tournament, including Kendra Gaines, the very first to do so back in 2000. Rolled an 812 during her team event. All right, looks like hopefully another brief rain delay in lane 21. Folks in the back already working on it. All right, looks like we're all set here. 21 back in shape. Once again, we want to thank everyone for taking some time out of their Friday afternoon to join us. It's nearly 1 p.m. here on the West Coast. So we're already at the second half of the workday. Time to put your feet up. Turn on some BowlTV. Even if you don't keep the sound on, that's fine. It won't hurt my feelings. And we'll see if these ladies can follow suit, move into the doubles lead after taking the team lead last night. (26-34), their leading total. They won last year with 28-19, nearly 235 a bowler. Already had quite a few good teams through here at the 2015 event in the first month. The tournament kicked off April 10th. So we'll see how the scoring pace plays out this year on the 40-foot pattern. Great shot from Milligan in the 6th. She's perfect on lane 21 here in game 2. Yet to strike. Or 21. I'm not even sure what I said, but yeah, hasn't missed on the left lane. Still looking for that first strike on the right. Ring 10 from Barnes. All right, lane 21. It's continuing to be a little bit difficult here today, but mechanics hard at work in the back. If you're interested in following the USBC on social media, please follow us at the Sport of Bowling on Facebook, facebook.com/USBC, on Twitter @USBC, and then of course bowl.com, your one-stop shop for everything you need to know, including the women's championships. bowl.com/women's champ. You can see all the stories from this year's event, get all the information, and even sign up for the 2016 event in Las Vegas, Nevada. 2016 Women's Championships going to the new South Point Bowling Plaza, brand new 60-lane venue, which opened up at the end of the 2014 year. The Women's Championships will be the very first major USBC event to be held there, so registration opened April 10th, so be sure to check that out. The new USBC Mixed, which is debuting here at the National Bowling Stadium, will also be heading towards Vegas next year. So registration not open for that yet, but will be in the upcoming months, so be on the lookout for that. All right, hopefully the last of our issues on lane 21. O'Keefe not bothered by the weight. Delivers and now has 5 out of 7 strikes here in game 2. Our mechanic Elcat getting a workout here today. It's 22 looking to give us some fits now, but question in the chat about Jason Couch. PBA star will be at the USBC Open Championships in El Paso over the next few days. Unfortunately, though, I took all the equipment. So there'll be no live streams from the Open until May 15th when Jeff Riggles and company will compete during the team event. We'll have one more live stream here from the National Bowling Stadium before I head back to El Paso. That'll be on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern for local time here in Reno, as Washington State standout Lisa Barfield and her team take to the lanes. And who knows, we might even have a special guest on for that one. I won't believe it until I see it, but we'll definitely see down the road. Question about whether or not Matt Cannizzaro made it out to Reno for this trip. He did not. He's making sure everything goes all right at the Open Championship still, but Matt will be getting out of the office a little bit in the next few days. He'll be joining Lucas Wiseman at the USBC Queens starting in just a few days in Green Bay, Wisconsin at the Schwabenon Bowling Alley. Then Matt will also be heading out here to Reno at the end of May. We'll have a few more live streams on May 30th. We'll feature the doubles and singles of USBC Hall of Famer Tish Johnson, three-time champion Lindsey Boomershine, Alicia Current, and others. Should be a pretty exciting show. We'll follow that up the next day. Feature USBC Hall of Famer Lucy Sandlin and her team taking to the lanes on May 31st. Check out bowl.com/livestream for all the upcoming events. They're updated through the end of May. Of course, please subscribe to our channel here on BowlTV. And when we're all said and done, feel free to check out some of the archives. A lot of great videos come in recently from Jason Thomas. Of course, you can see all the archive footage from both the Open and Women's Championships right here on BowlTV. Great shots from Gaines and O'Keefe, the foundation frame. 259 out there still for Shannon. 247 for Kendra, so they're looking to put themselves in pretty solid position to make a run here. .236 still out there for Lynda Barnes, our defending Diamond All Events champion. Milligan can get to 228. Tennille asks for a little bit of hold and gets it. Excuse me, 218 for Tennille is her max score. Getting ahead of myself, the scoring system here at the women's operates a little bit different than at the Open Championships. So if you're working on a spare going into the 10th, you can add 40 with all 3 strikes. On a single strike, you can add 50. And on 2 or more, you can add 60 onto your total score. .217 for Tennille after 266. Good spot for the 710 for Barnes, 234. So a consistent effort through 2 games. So after 2 games, Milligan and Barnes sitting at 9-11. Need 466 for a share of the lead, 1377 on top of the standings. Gaines and O'Keefe won't be far behind. Can get to 907 with 2 strikes on the fill. 426 for Gaines, 236 for O'Keefe. Gives them 462 and puts them at 904. So they'll need 473 for a share of the lead. So we'll get to see here live on BowlTV whether or not Liz Johnson and Karen Evans get to fight another day here. All right, as we head into game number 3, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and of course, feel free to let folks know you're watching us on your social media. Get to see if either of these teams get to the 1377 number on top of doubles. Then we saw the excitement of singles as well as all events on the way afterwards. Milligan with the mixer in the third. 3 for 3 to start in game 3. She made the turn at 483 after a set of 740 last night to leave Bowlieve In A Cure to the diamond team lead once again. They enter the event as the defending champions. Put up 26-34 last night. Let's move into the top spot. If you want to watch the archive, be sure to check that out on BowlTV after you're all done here today. at the halfway point of game number 3. Once again, 1377. The number up on top of doubles, USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson and Karen Evans. Tennille Milligan and Lynda Barnes needed 466 for a share of the lead. Gaines and O'Keefe not too far behind, a 473. So we'll see if they can get some strikes together here and make a run live on BowlTV. Here's Milligan looking to go 5 for 5. Great shot in the 5th. Last year, Barnes and Milligan finished 5th in diamond doubles. That was the big series from Lynda Barnes that catapulted her to the Diamond All Events title. She had 779, including a 300 game and the final game. So posted 558 to get to 1395. So I'm sure Tennille is pretty happy to be bowling this well. She got out of the gates a little slow last year. Tennille went 176, 182 before finding the right matchup to finish with 258 in last year's double event. 266, 217 so far to start today, along with the front 5 in game 3. Milligan 6 for 6. Kenner Gaines has been good on 22 here. Still hasn't found a strike on 21 in game 3. She'll need to start putting a few together here. If her and O'Keefe want to make it to the top of the standings here in doubles. They finished 3rd last year. 1406. right, as we start the 7th, max score for Milligan and Barnes, 539. That put them well ahead of the pace. They need 466 for a share of the lead. Currently have Gaines and O'Keefe at 488 as their max total. They needed 473 to get there, so not much room from error here on out. Milligan takes care of the 278. Stay clean here in game number 3. My math, Gaines and O'Keefe will have to go to the fill ball here to get ahead of 1377. Kendra takes care of shot in the 7th, her first strike on 21 this game. Great bounce back shot from Milligan in the 8th frame. Once again, folks, looks like the numbers are growing a little bit, so hopefully folks are sharing the news and have an exciting finish to doubles here. Just a few frames left to see if either Milligan and Barnes or O'Keefe and Gaines will make their way into the diamond doubles lead. So we appreciate the continued support here on Bowl.com. The 10-pin from Gaines will, I believe, end their chance at the top spot. So now it's just down to Lynda and Tennille. our very first live stream from Women's Championships yesterday. We saw new Diamond team leaders, and will we make it 2 for 2 here today? So we get our first look at doubles and singles. Barnes and Milligan once again need 466 for a share of the lead. Anything more, it's all theirs. Still have a max of 516, 9th frame. Here we go. Great shot. 3 in a row for Lynda Barnes. Milligan delivers as well in the 9th. So they are now looking very good to move into the lead. Quick math, I think they'll need more than just count, so we'll have to see them at least a mark, maybe 2 here in the 10th, but definitely have the chance to go well beyond the number. 1427 looks to be out there still. All right, here's Milligan in the 10th. Another light hit delivers another strike. So I think we're seeing it happen right here. Milligan already in the 260s. Another strike, 270s. That's going to do it, folks. We're going to have new Diamond doubles leaders here live on BowlTV, back-to-back days. We're just getting started. Definitely some pins lost there from Barnes, leaving the 410. Milligan caps it off, 277. Nice 760 set. Improving 20 pins off of yesterday's score. Let's see if Barnes can give it a run here. Gets the 410. They're officially just showing off now. 14:05 can be the number here with a strike. Holy cow, folks. Do we know how to pick them or what? Four-pin stands for 216 and 14:04. All right, folks, there you have it. New diamond doubles leaders. Tennille Milligan, 760 leading the way. Lynda Barnes adding 644. Their total 14:04, surpassing the 1377 by Liz Johnson and Karen Evans. Gaines and O'Keefe are also going to move into the top 5 in the standings here. We'll see what their final tally is. Gaines finishes up 207. .650. .674 for O'Keefe. 1324. We'll move them into 5th. So, all right, exciting double set here at the WC. Singles coming up in just a second. And we'll get a few more numbers in just a sec and see how we're looking for all events. Lynda Barnes, the defending Diamond All Events champion, but looks like teammate Tennille Milligan has it in sight. After sets of 740 and 760 through 6 games at the 2015 event. We already saw Tennille Milligan pick up the 4.679 today. See if she has a little bit more excitement planned for us here. Nearly kicks it over. All right, that's what we've grown accustomed to seeing from Tennille Milligan. 740 in team event last night. 760 just now in doubles to help her and Lynda Barnes move into the diamond doubles lead. So that puts her at a crisp 1,500 on the nose through 6 games. So she'll need just 612 in singles for a share of the lead. Liz Johnson, who also held the doubles lead with Karen Evans, is on top of all events with 21-12. Barnes, the defending Diamond All Events champion, 677 last night in team, 644 in doubles, making the turn at 1321. She would need a 791 series here in singles to match Liz's number. Certainly a tall order, but we'll see what these 3 games have to offer. those for you, or for those of you just joining us now, yeah, we had some big scores up here. In doubles, Tennille Milligan and Lynda Barnes taking over the diamond doubles lead with a 14:04. Tennille going 760. Barnes adding 644. O'Keefe and Gaines moved into 5th place with a 13:24. Tennille had 740 last night in team event, 760 once again today, so she's making the turn into singles at 1,500 on the nose, needs just 612 for a share of the diamond all events lead. 21:12, not just a great song from Rush, it's the number on top of the standings right now, so we'll see if Tennille can reach Liz Johnson's number. Barnes, the defending Diamond All Events champion, 677 last night, 644 in doubles, 13:21. She would need a 791 to match what's currently leading. So there's a quick recap of everything that's transpired in the first 3 games. Number on top of diamond singles right now, 742. Darius Ruffner out of Exeter, California. I have no idea if I got that right or not. It was just a few days ago. She had games of 230, 267, and 245 to get to the top of the standings. Past few years, we've seen scores right around there when the top singles division. 751 last year, Danielle Vandermeer. 748 in 2013. That was Jeanette Adams taking home the title. So we'll see if any of these ladies can make a run at that. Once again, Tennille, 612 for a share of the all events lead as well. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. This is Aaron Smith, bringing you the action live from the 2015 USBC Women's Championships, live at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. We appreciate the continued support, and we'll have one more live stream before I head back to El Paso. That'll be on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. local time, as Lisa Barfield and her team take to the lanes. Barfield, a very talented player out of Washington, so we'll see if they can make a run at the 2015 event as well. But right now we're at the halfway point of game number 1 of singles. Kendra Gaines stepping up, looking to make it 4 in a row. question about the icons next to posted next to the names for Barnes, O'Keefe, Milligan, and Gaines. That does represent that they are tournament champions here. As far as what they are, it's even a little tough for me to see, but on my lane viewer back in the office, a little trophy pops up. So I believe that was the intent, to recognize folks for success here at the event. So always something cool. We appreciate the help from the folks at Steltronic Scoring for making that happen this year. Jim Osdale, always a big help, and gets us squared away here at the WC. All right, lane 21 seems to giving us fits once again. There, oh, maybe, no. Just thinking about it. While we have this moment, just want to take another opportunity to thank everyone for taking some time out on their Friday afternoon to join us here on BowlTV. We appreciate the continued support, and we hope that you're sharing on your social media networks that you too are watching, letting folks know about this great bowling going on. I actually just posted something to the Sport of Bowling page on Facebook. Just another reminder that Tennille's making the run for all events here. You can find Sport of Bowling on Facebook, facebook.com/USBC. Great shot there by Tennille. Worth the wait. And of course on Twitter. At USBC. So only a few doubles up on the board so far in singles. Tennille and Kendra both had 3 in a row. That's been it. Tennille adds a double to her 3-bagger earlier in the game. Though it's a little tough to see from where the cameras are at. These ladies having a blast out here today. Much like yesterday, joking around, keeping the mood very light, and overall just having a good time. Milligan continuing to roll here. her second three-bagger. So it's 2:45 out there. All right, 10th frame underway here in game number 1. For those of you just tuning in, we got to see Tennille Milligan and Lynda Barnes take over the diamond doubles lead with 14:04. Milligan led the way with a 760 series. Barnes added 644. Those two, along with Shannon O'Keefe and Kendra Baines, took over Diamond Team Event last night. Check out the archive on BowlTV as well, and read the recap on bowl.com. Milligan led the way with 740, and now she's looking to add her name to the top of another division here. 612 is the number. She needs to take or grab a share of the all events lead. Anything more than that, it's all hers. And 240s, the kickoff single, will certainly help that. Milligan has been cruising on this 40-foot pattern used for the 2015 event. If you want to get a look at that graph, be sure to visit bowl.com/women's champ. Click on the information tab and check that out. Mark at 245 for Tennille. Great question. It's the most titles a woman has won in a year here at the Women's Championships. Answer is 3. Done by quite a few folks. Most recently, Lindsay Boomershine back at the 2012 event here at the Taj Mahal of 10 pins. Lindsay won the Scratch Doubles and Scratch All Events titles and won a co-championship in Diamond Doubles as well. Those doubles titles with Alicia Current. Certainly some memorable names on that list. Dorothy Fothergill back in 1971, team singles and all events. And back at the very first Women's Championships in 1916, Agnes Koester, Detroit, won team singles and all events as well. So total of 6 bowlers in tournament history have won at least 3 titles in a year. 4 has not been done. That's Neil in good shape to be leaving with the lead in 3. USBC Hall of Famer and 6-time Women's Championships titleist Lynda Barnes strikes in the second. Unfortunately, the spare in the first frame will end her run to defend her Diamond All Events title. Her doubles partner and teammate, Tennille Milligan, though, looking to enjoy the fun this year. Nice shot from Barnes, kicking out the 10. She'll be leaving the 2015 event just like she did in 2014 in the lead in 2 events. Team once again, and now doubles this year. If those scores were to hold on, that would make 8 titles in her career here at the WC. That would move her into 3rd all-time. Dorothy Miller leads with the most titles in women's championships history. She won 10 titles between 1928 and 1948. Emma Yeager out of Toledo, Ohio, one behind with 9 between 1919 and 1929. And recently inducted Hall of Famer Fritchie Rahn out of Chicago won 8 titles between 1927 and 1940. So I really haven't seen a modern day player make a run at that in quite a while. So Barnes definitely cementing her place in the history books once again here in 2015. Milligan adds a trip 4 in the 4th frame. She's definitely feeling comfortable out there, and who knows if she keeps striking like that. At 742 on top of diamond singles might be into play, so we'll just have to wait it out and see here live on BowlTV. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. And remember, next week, the USBC Queens, we'll see some of these ladies over there to kick off the brand new PWBA Tour. Queens will be taking place at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The event will begin with the first round of qualifying May 14th and conclude with the live ESPN2 finals May 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern. All qualifying and match play rounds will be broadcast live on Extra Frame. Lucas Wiseman and Matt Cannizzaro will be out there to let you know what's going on. We'll see if Maria Jose Rodriguez out of Colombia can become the 5th woman to successfully defend a Queens title. The USBC Senior Queens will be taking place as well at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. Robin Romeo, the defending champion there. She won the title here at the National Bowling Stadium in 2014, defeating fellow Hall of Famer Tish Johnson in the finals for her first tiara in either regular Queens or Senior Queens competition. Great shot by Milligan in the 5th. She's working on 3 in a row now. See a few questions about the extra frame for the Queens in the chat room. I believe Lucas will be part of that. I'm not sure if Matt will. Matt's actually getting in town a few days after the start of the event. He's going to help with the coverage once they get into match play. This will actually still be in El Paso, Texas, along with me. Trip 4 for 5 in a row for Shannon. But Matt will still be in, don't think I completed that thought. Matt will still be in El Paso on the 15th for our next broadcast from the USBC Open Championships, as 11thframe.com featuring USBC Hall of Famer Jeff Riggles will take to the lanes for their team event. That'll be on May 15th. I believe Matt heads out the following day to Green Bay. Lucas will be there for the entirety. See a few shots going through the nose there. These ladies are in their 5th game on lanes 21 and 2 here at the National Bowling Stadium. For those of you just tuning in, we missed an exciting double set. Neil Milligan and Lynda Barnes moving into the top spot of diamond doubles with 14.04. Kendra Gaines and Shannon O'Keefe also cracked the top 5 with 13.24. Score on top of singles right now is 742. Late kick on the 10 for Gaines. O'Keefe does not get the kick on the 10, so her string of strikes ends at 6. O'Keefe has been a member of Team USA since 2005. recently, along with husband Brian, took over the coaching responsibilities over at McKendree University. After a tough day on the lanes yesterday, first thing O'Keefe did was bowl some more, make sure everything was right for today. Practicing what she preaches to the young ladies at McKendree. 674 in doubles so far, and a 209 in the opener here in singles. Looks like the work has paid off. And for those of you still planning to make your way to the Women's Championships this year, if you want to do some extra bowling, be sure to check out the USBC Mixed. The event debuted this year here at the NBS and offers team, doubles, and singles competition. The mixed team has 2 men and 2 women. Mixed doubles, 1 guy, 1 gal. And then singles, well, singles is singles. But you can actually sign up on site, so if you have some friends in town or know some folks who are planning to make the trip, be sure to consider the USBC Mix. They'll be going to Las Vegas as well next year, along with the Women's Championships to the new South Point Bowling Plaza. $35 million facility, finished up construction just at the end of last year, and the Women's Championships and Mix will be the first major USBC events to be held at the 60-lane arena. Registration for the 2016 Women's Championships already open. Find out about that and more, bowl.com/women's champ. Shell Barnett gets the strike to set the 9th. You can see the 4 next to her name. She's bowling singles and all events in the Sapphire division. Lori Emery is in Diamond. Combined, they bowled in Ruby for doubles. So once again, 4 divisions for a team event here at the WC, 6 for double singles and all events. No problem on the spare, so Tennille will have a chance at 235 to finish this game out. All right, 10th frame underway. Lori Emery kicking it off with a strike. So as soon as this game wraps up, we'll have a recap of what everyone needs in the finale. For Tennille, I don't think it's going to be too much to get to the Diamond All Events lead. We'll look at those exact figures and prepare for the final game. Six leans on the 10 for Barnes. She gets the first strike in the 10th. She can get to 209 this game. And a ball change for Tennille leaves the baby split. No problem on the spare, though. All right, 209 for Barnes, 223 for Milligan. So it's Niels making the turn at 468. So 144 will do it in game number 3. So there you have it, folks. 145 is the number. 7-10 on the second shot of the 10th for O'Keefe. Leaves her at 255. Bit of a rough game for Kendra, 172. Both Tennille and Shannon will have an outside chance to run down the diamond singles leading number, 742 on top of the standings. Darius Ruffner out of California. So not much room for error for either of them. Tennille making the turn at 468. Shannon at 464. Nice cover of the washout by Michelle. Send the head pin across the deck. All right, lane 21 has given us some issues today, but folks at the NBS staff working hard to get that corrected. So despite a few issues with lane 21 through the course of the day, this lady's actually bowling well ahead of pace for the squad. The pair next to us, 23 and 4, already done. They only had 4 bowlers today. But most folks still in the second game right now, so like another move left for Tennille with that ball she changed to, and there we go. Well on her way to that 144 score. Barnes delivers in the second. The defending Diamond All Events champion will not get there again in 2015, but I'm sure she's happy to see her teammate in pretty good position to take over the reins. Barnes has been around the pocket pretty much all day, but carry necessarily has not been her friend today. Ball change and move seems to be working. She's opening up her angles a little bit more and taking care of business. Shot comes up a little bit high, leaves the 4. No problem on the spare shooting. Has been pretty phenomenal overall today. I think just one single pin miss from the group. They've had a few conversions. Tennille made the 4, 6, 7, 9 during the first game of doubles. Lynda converted the 4-10 to finish up doubles. These ladies haven't let too many frames get away from them. Back-to-back shots that run high for Tennille. He's got no problem on the spare, though. 145 well in sight early on here in game 3. Shot from O'Keefe in the 4th frame. Looks like all these ladies have kind of bumped in closer to 4th arrow. So we are in game 6 overall on the day. Nice shot by the Hall of Famer Barnes. Getting everything to cooperate for a change. O'Keefe gets that one back from way downtown. He's definitely opening up a little bit here. After an early double in Game 3 of singles, Milligan somewhat lost her carry. A few shots went a little high, a few shots not quite enough to get the 10 out. She keeps on filling frames though. All right, folks, as we reach the final stretch here in Game 3 of singles, just a big thank you once again for everyone who's tuned in today. I know some of you have been with us for the whole time, so we appreciate you enjoying your Friday afternoon here on BowlTV. We got to see some pretty impressive performances, and we're not done yet. Tennille will is just a frame or two away from getting to the 145 number she needs to take the Diamond All Events lead. Tough break there, though. Staring down the 4-9. She's not going to make that one, so 131 in the 7th, just a mark away now.
Hi, Madison. Hi, John.
Kendra once again saying hi to the kids. Madison and little John back at home in Orlando.
And I also want to say hi to my awesome staff at Aloma Bowl. Miss you guys. Be home soon.
All right, there we go. Kendra Gaines. All right, that strike from Milligan in the 8th frame means she just needs 2 pins on her next shot to, or yeah, 2 pins in the next frame to surpass the number posted by Liz Johnson. Talked about an exciting few days on BowlTV yesterday. These ladies were able to once again return to the lead after some early nerves of getting presented with their championship trophies from the 2014 event. They were able to turn to the top spot with 26-34. And today we kicked off with Tennille and Lynda Barnes moving into the doubles lead, 14-04. Gaines and O'Keefe moving into 5th with 13-24. And although the singles lead safe for another day unless something else happened, we've got a pretty full squad going on here at the National Bowling Stadium. But we're one shot away from seeing a new all events leader as well. All right, 10-pin stands, but that'll be enough. Tennille Milligan, your new leader in Diamond All events. We will talk to Lynda and Tennille after we finish up here. Be sure to look for a recap later today on BowlTV, or on Bowl.com, excuse me. You're on BowlTV right now. What am I talking about? Now that has surpassed the lead, it's just a matter of what the end total is. Michelle Barnett and Lori Emery are going to finish up first here. right, here's Milligan's final frame. We'll see what her final unofficial tally is. After this, delivers the first strike in the 10th. Milligan can still get to 201 this game. That would give her a 669 series. We'll get one final shot from defending all events champion and USBC Hall of Famer Lynda Barnes as she passes the torch to her teammate. .201, 669, and 2169. Unofficially, your new all events leading score for the Diamond Division. .2169, the 10th highest all events total in women's championships history as well. The highest all time, 23:30 back at the 2010 event from Jody Wessner. As Barnes caps off her 2015 event with a strike. 207 for 615. Give her 1936 in her return to Reno. .211 gives Kendra Gaines a 6-11 set. She'll finish up 1886. We have one more shot from Shannon O'Keefe. Or hopefully two shots. Does cover the spare. Oh no, that was the last shot. I'm losing it here late in the afternoon on BowlTV. All right, 195 finish for Shannon. Gives her 659. And 1925 for all events. So just a quick recap. to Neil Milligan, your new Diamond All Events leader, 2169. Defending Diamond All Events champion, Lynda Barnes, 1936. Team USA's Shannon O'Keefe, 1925. And three-time Women's Championships titleist, Kendra Gaines, 1886. All those scores unofficial. Milligan and Barnes also took the Diamond Doubles lead, 1404. So we will chat with them as soon as we finish up here. So just big thank you again to everyone for joining us here on BowlTV the past 2 days. We'll be back on the air Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific for a team event for a team event once again. Lisa Barfield and her crew will be in town. So that's going to do it from the National Bowling Stadium today. Be sure to check out bowl.com for a recap later on tonight, along with any other exciting news from the WC. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you in a few days from the Taj Mahal 10 Pins.